For the people out there that want to still be successful versus the people that want to complain that, oh, things are going away. Like people have told me, I've heard for years now, my job, I'm going to be out of a job in the next few years as a financial professional because AI is going to be able to replace me. And I've told people I have zero concern. And I'll tell you why. Because here's what artificial
that human
intelligence...
interaction.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Renegade Online.
The thing that I do want to talk about is because I read something about like the whole Kevin O'Leary thing, saying that like, oh, that the future of movies is going to be replaced with AI background actors. And like, how much do like, based off of what you know, Valiant, how many background actors do we have typically per a production, right? Like, I heard
extras?
that like, extras. So this is extra background actors. So I know that Lord of the Rings has about like 20,000 background actors, right? And if and how much money will they save if they go towards AI?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, definitely. Right. And that's something that Disney, I'm sure, I mean, Disney has made no bones about the fact in the last 6 months that they are developing a lot of proprietary AI technology. And it's probably for a lot of things like what they're doing now. Honestly, I wonder how much cheaper AI really is versus, I mean, if you're talking about background actors and extras to show up on a set, things that look real and practical and in camera, right? And we just got through Halloween horror movie season, where I'm a huge proponent, especially when it comes to horror movies, of practical effects, because there's nothing that can supplant practical effects in horror. I think the same thing holds true for stuff like this. Now, they can play this out, and Disney can, Philip, to answer your question, can make it lucrative, I think, by saying that, okay, instead of hiring actual live British labor to show up on set and be extras in a shot for Doomsday or Secret Wars or what have you, and instead say, well, we have our British ILM-based division that can generate a crowd of 20,000 people through AI. And instead of it costing us, $500,000 to bring in these extras and pay them for 5 days of work, we can have ILM Britain do it for $250,000, and we get a 25.5% tax credit back. That's the math. Okay. I mean, I'm throwing in numbers. I don't know what the numbers are specifically, but my point is that if Disney is engaging in the use of AI to replace actual live bodies in the UK while they're shooting at Pinewood and Shinfield, then they're doing it because A, it's cheaper, and B, they're getting a film tax credit on top of it.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the reason why I'm asking is because like I used to be a background actor and like an extra for like TV shows and movies. So like I know like what it entails, and like you can just go on the production. Like I was on like NCIS LA, right, with Chris O'Donnell and Ella Kujay. And I was only there for like 2 hours. I got paid for the entire day. So like it's working conditions. It really, really sucks. And I know that Simu Liu came out and said that like, oh, it shouldn't be like this moving forward, because he got started off as a background actor, as an extra, and then he moved his way up to become an actual star. So I'm just wondering like how much fat are we going to be trimming in terms of how much money are we going to be saving that way if we're going to go towards AI, right? I'm just wondering like, it's what, $15 to like $22 now, like especially here in California. And if you get like featured parts as an extra, they have to bring you on as SAG-AFTRA, because now you have like a speaking line. They have to give you a role, and it costs us a lot. So I'm wondering like, is what Kevin O'Leary saying correct, or what Simu Liu is saying is more correct, right? Is it like you can't replace all of them? Maybe just a front-facing one, instead of hiring like 3,000, we're only hiring 100 now, right? Because like in Lord of the Rings, they do use CGI to like create a bunch of like army like urukais and stuff like that, right? And Twin Towers.
Right.
I mean, the two towers, sorry. It's not like it's unheard of, but like if it's completely replaced with AI, if it's good, I don't think people are going to care.
Right. Or like what George Lucas did with stormtroopers or clone troopers, and also like the Wookiees. You take like 10 of them, you film a few scenes, like 3 or 5 scenes with 10 Wookiees, and then you put them all in doing a different scene, and now you have an entire 500 Wookiee army, but it only took 10 actors.
But they have been doing this. Like Avengers Endgame, I looked up how many extras they use because they had huge battles in that too. And from what I see, it's a lot of it is like, yeah, they did have a lot of extras, but they also filled it in with digital like people,
Yeah.
It's not AI. It's just
and will also save money for like the digital guys, like the VFX. You don't have to hire like animators, VFX artists, because those costs, like in LA, they can either cost between $100,000 to $150,000 per artist. That's not including benefits and stuff. Like me working in games, like I know how much it costs for these productions. So it's instead of that, we're using like what $20,000 for an AI just to replace them. So I think eventually, I think that's what's going to happen in the future. So I'm just wondering, like, we're not just saving money for background actors, and we're also saving money. Okay, we instead of hiring like 50 like VFX artists, we're only hiring 5. Right, you're saving so much more money, right? We're not even outsourcing anymore to like Mexico or China or Korea. We're just everything is going to be done through AI, and I think that's going to be the future.
But then there's the other argument, which pisses a lot of people off, is AI taking people's jobs.
Yep.
Well, it's coming no matter what.
Yeah.
It is, and it's not just the Hollywood industry. It's across a multitude of industries, and I promise you, even in my industry that I've been working in for over 20 years, financial planner, investment advisor, insurance guru. I mean, it's coming to my industry too. The difference is that you just like I told my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's 20 years old. She's a junior in college. She has been an anime and animation, nerd since she was 12. She's in college for art, graphic design, animation, this kind of. I told her, like, you cannot be afraid of AI. If you're going to go through your academic career being afraid of AI, then you're already defeating yourself. You have to look at AI as a tool. It's a new tool for you to use. And our good buddy Shad Brooks, Shadversity out there, he's talked about this a number of times. And he's like, he is an artist. And AI is the latest and newest tool of art. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of fear 20 years ago when Photoshop and all this were becoming big. And artists were fearing, computers are going to do this. The people that became successful following that next turn of the technological evolution were the ones that embraced the technology and said, you know what? Yes, this makes things easier, and it gives access for people to do more things more easily. But it still takes, unequivocally, a skilled professional to manipulate this tool to be able to maximize its capacity.
Yep.
And I've told my daughter the same thing. I'm like, do not be afraid of AI. I'm like, I can go into Grok and try to tune up this and that and the other thing. And I can make basic stuff. But I don't have the artistic brain or the artistic skill or the artistic education to be able to really, really make it sing. And that's what you have to learn to use. And there's too many people out there afraid right now of how to do this. And it sucks, but for the people out there that want to still be successful versus the people that want to complain that, things are going away. Like, people have told me, I've heard for years now, my job, I'm going to be out of a job in the next few years as a financial professional because AI is going to be able to replace me. And I've told people, I have zero concern, and I'll tell you why. Because here's what artificial
human
intelligence...
interaction.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Beardo knew exactly. You see, that's why Beardo's on the show. Smart dude. That's just it. The biggest component of financial planning since the dawn of time, when this was a thing, is being able to sit down with a perfect stranger and get them to tell you their deepest, darkest secrets. It's the same thing as being a physician. Like, people don't want to talk about their health or how they feel or what they do daily with a perfect stranger who's a doctor, but they will do it because they fear for their life, their health. We're in the same boat as financial professionals. We have to get people to open up and tell us, what are you doing? What are you spending your money on? How is your life? Like, we can't help you unless you are as open with us as you are with your doctor. Literally can't do shit without you doing that. AI cannot replicate that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, AI can be an assist. AI can help. AI can dig through, sometimes more quickly than a human brain can do. But the reality is that, hey, you want to do, like, I've got clients that, we manage millions and millions of dollars of their personal wealth. And at the same time, these same clients also have, their own Charles Schwab or Robinhood account they want to go around with and do their own. Like, cool, I don't care. I'm like, look, we got your protected money. We're going to run it. We're running it towards your goals. But if you want to go out there and do this kind of thing and you want to use, that's fine. We don't care. We can work together. And that's the point. Same thing with these artists in Hollywood, right? Everybody has to get used to the fact that technology is going to get more sophisticated, but at the same time understand that they have to be able to leverage that tech to do their own jobs better. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I have a direct example of that. My thumbnail artist for my YouTube channel, I hire somebody to make my thumbnails. And usually for every single stream that I do, I have a unique thumbnail every single time. I don't reuse thumbnails. That's one thing that I want to be proud of on my channel. Every single gaming stream I do, I have a brand new original thumbnail for it. My thumbnail artist uses AI to generate the base of it. And then he goes in later with Photoshop, and then he'll Photoshop and create it on top of the AI. So he's using it. He's a graphic designer, but he's using AI to make it a little bit easier on him, and then he goes in himself and makes it better and does his work afterwards.
And also, as a I do a little bit of image stuff on AI too. It really does help if you know graphic design or are an artist, because you have to have very explicit prompts to say exactly what angles, exactly what style, exactly what lighting. If you can't just be like, make me a picture of Beardo on a horse, riding a horse. That's going to give you anything. But he actually has a specific, I'm sure.
It'll make me black. Valiant. I went on Grok and said, make me a thumbnail of me in a podcast studio. And it's me with 3 other people, and they're all black. What the f***?
Well, I mean, again, it depends on what kind of information they're plugging into AI to do it, right? That's the key thing.
Yeah.
Shit in, shit out. It's still a tool, and that's the problem. Like, look, kid's bathroom 2 weeks ago didn't tell me the toilet was leaking as bad as it was, and it was leaking from underneath. Sludge all over the floor. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to kill y'all. What, y'all the laziest kids I've ever seen. I had to go in there and rip the bathroom out last weekend, 2 weekends ago now. Rip out the sink, the vanity sink, rip out the toilet, replace everything, right? AI can't detect that. AI can't do that. AI can't replicate that. It still takes physical human beings. Now, I could have gotten on my phone and called up AI to say, what's the best method for correcting this, or what's the best method? That's, again, it's a tool. Computers,
how do I change my car battery?
Right. Computers have always been a tool, but you still have to be skilled enough to know how to manipulate and use the tool to its proper use. Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.